Hey folks, this is Ben back with you in the Midwest Model Shop. So today we're going to release two products at the same time, both in 1/350th scale. We're going to release our 1/350th scale Titanic Bench Set and our 1/350th scale Oerlikon Cannons with the Mark XIV gun sight on them. This is the later war product. Both of these, along with everything else we sell, are available right now on our website, themidwestmodelshop.com. We'll have the link in the description down below to both these products. But if you just go to themidwestmodelshop.com, click Shop All, pick out what you'd like. If it's in stock, it will say you can add it to your cart. And then at checkout, it will calculate your shipping for you. You just pay, and we get the order, and we ship it as quickly as possible. There seems to be some confusion with some of you out there about how that process works. It's just like ordering off of Amazon. If it's available, it's there. And add it to your cart and pay for it, and we'll get it out the door for you, no problem. So let's start off here with the 1/350th scale Oerlikon Cannons. These are wonderful. What we've done is add obviously the Mark XIV gun sight to them, and I've also angled all of them up slightly. I didn't mix and match because I realized that these just look better. This is what I would want on my kit, so that's what we went with. And you get 50 of them, a nice even number. The best part about these, I think, is we've streamlined the process for disassembling them from this, this big mass. I have to. It's a balance between printing them and being able to handle them and ship them, and then making sure it's easy for you to get apart. And I really think we've kind of streamlined that process. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that here for you shortly. All right, next up is the 1/350th scale bench set. So because these are smaller, I was able to fit more on here. It's not because you need more, well, some of you might, but they're there. You get 50 of the large benches and you get 10 of the small benches. Now I think you only need 4 of the small benches and you only need 42 or 30. You don't need very many. You don't need nearly as many of the large benches as I've provided here. So, feel free to practice. Feel free to mess up. Let your cat eat one. I don't care. They're available. You should have enough. We were able to maintain the same level of detail as in the 1/200 scale stuff, miraculously. Again, these are also very easy to take apart. We've streamlined that process as well for these, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think the biggest difference, besides the fact that they're smaller, is there's only 2 supports instead of 3 that you need to go ahead and remove. But otherwise, the process is exactly the same as the 1/200 scale stuff. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and demonstrate cutting both of these apart. Painting, obviously, you should do with an airbrush, I think, and you'll be set. Again, all of these are available on our website, themidwestmodelshop.com. Just click Shop here, find the products that you want, add them to your cart, and go ahead and check out. Again, shipping is calculated at checkout for where you live in the world. And that's it. Thank you very much to everyone who supported us. We really do appreciate it. And yeah, I want to get back to model building. I got some stuff that's happening right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into taking these apart. All right, here we go. Let's start out with the 1/200 scale Oerlikon Cannons with the Mark XIV gun sight. This is what you're going to get, and as you can see, they're fairly easy, should be fairly easy to take apart. So again, here with the corners, you can see that they're hollow, and there's this little tab dealy at the top. Go ahead and cut that, and that will go ahead and free up your corners and make them easier to take apart and get off of here. The front, I don't know if I recommend this. That's on there pretty good, but now reach in here, snip a little bit of this away and see if we can't get this thing come apart. There we go. And then get rid of our side supports here as well. Alright, then we got access to another row. If you want to line them up, you could break them apart, lengthwise, whatever you want to do. The options are there. Go ahead and take a couple of these out of here. So we get down to having a couple left, and we get something like this. Alright, I'm going to grab this with some tweezers in an effort to keep my fingers out of the way. But make sure you have a nice, clean, sharp set of cutters. Snip up at the top first there, and then get this stuff out of the way. You can leave this all in place for painting if you have any concerns, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Like this. And yes, you could see some of the print lines if you look real closely. We are using a giant macro lens to show you this, and I am about an inch away from the lens of the camera in an attempt to capture all of this. You may need magnification in real life to do this. Get that cut. Okay, and then if you look carefully, can you see that there's little connectors on the shoulder pads? Those have to go there, or we won't be able to print these things. You could try and remove them, or you can leave them. It's just all up to you. A hot knife or an ultrasonic knife would probably go right through them. I'm going to try and do this carefully here with my cutters. There we go. Alright, so that's your gun. At this point, you're ready to go ahead and paint it all up. And then when you're done, carefully just snip right here at the bottom, and it's going to come off and be loose and ready to go ahead and put on your ship. It is that easy, folks. Alright, let's press on to the Titanic Bench Set. Alright, here's the 1/350th scale Titanic Bench Set by the Midwest Model Shop. This is what you're going to receive. So same thing, we've got a little cross-side dealie here. You got to protect these during shipping. This is fairly robust, easy to handle, stackable, nice. So again, the corners are hollow, so go ahead and snip those. That'll make it easier to kind of get into your little segments. And, you know, plan out what you want to do. If you'd like to cut these lengthwise and like airbrush them and cut them, you know, paint them all at once, you can. I think I probably just would do this individually. If it was me, I'd get them all separated here, and whoop, there we go. Get open to where you can access one like that, and just get your cutters up in here. It's a fine balance between making sure that I can easily access these things and make them printable and survivable and not too big to get to you, and then you being able to easily take them apart. But once you're done, you're basically got a piece like this, right? And at this point, I would paint it. And that's kind of the idea of this whole thing. Grab yourself some tweezers, tape this down if you want to on a stick. Utilize this base to go ahead and get it ready to go. We'll get some dust on there. Once you're done painting it though, and again, I'll hold this with some tweezers, get out of the way. Hopefully it's fairly obvious what we need to do to take this apart. Again, magnification is recommended. And then I'm going to tip it so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, and then And now the last two. Okay, and there's your bench. Assuming you have painted it up, it'll be ready to install on the ship. No troubles at all. And then of course we have the little ones, and I can't really get the camera any lower, but you know, there's the detail and everything, and it looks nice. I think at this scale, and you could, you know, grab it with your tweezers and dollop it in a little CA and set it down, and you are good to go. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, this is all available on the MidwestModelShop.com's website. Links are in the description down below. Thank you very much, folks, and we will see you in the next one.